Well, summer's fast approaching, which means families will be searching for unique and inexpensive day trips to enjoy.
So did you know there's a free zoo less than an hour and a half east of Atlanta? Didn't know that. Good Day Atlanta's Paul Milliken is live at Bear Hollow Zoo in Athens this morning to show us around. Paul, good morning. I'm looking forward to this.
Look at my new friend. I've got a new friend this morning. We were just in the middle of a very intense interview. So tell me everything about your life. What do you want to know? Tell me everything. Look at this little, oh, I love this. And look at the little teeth coming out. So cute. All right, Kelly Garrison, it's great to see you. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm great now that I'm here. It's been about 6 or 7 years since I've been here to Bear Hollow Zoo. It's such a gem here in Georgia. It is a free zoo with about 35 animals. Tell me a little bit more about visiting Bear Hollow Zoo.
Yeah, so Bear Hollow Zoo is a free zoo. We are home to all native Georgia wildlife. So all the animals here you could actually find in your own backyard potentially. We are free. We're open 10 to 3 right now, and masks are required right now just for safety reasons.
Yeah, these are all animals that are non-releasable to the wild.
That's correct. So they've encountered some sort of hardship in the wild, whether they were injured or orphaned in the wild at an early age where they had to be hand raised and became imprinted on people. So they either think that, we're funny looking animals or they're a funny looking human. But because of that, it's just not safe for them to be released back into the wild.
I can tell that he thinks I'm a funny looking animal. I think he's adorable. Aside from our anchors back at the station are saying, those are some pretty big teeth right there. So what exactly is this?
So this is Pouch. He is our Virginia opossum, not to be confused with the possums that you can find in Australia.
So I just asked you that. I said, okay, what is the difference between a possum and an opossum?
Yeah, so the difference between a possum and an opossum. So here in the South, we just, make nicknames for everything. So we're a possum. Yeah. But there is an actual mammal in Australia called a possum, and it looks nothing like this.
Really?
So opossums are actually the only marsupial found in North America. They're pretty incredible.
Okay, so being that this is a marsupial, we think of marsupials with pouches.
That's correct.
His name is Pouch, but he does not have a pouch.
That's correct. So he is a male, so he does not have a pouch. The females do have pouches. That's how they carry their young. So they're actually give birth at about 13 days, and the young will crawl into the pouch and stay there for up to 2 months before they actually crawl out and make their official debut into the wild.
Oh, how interesting. You were saying before that these are actually really good to have in your yard because they provide a very important function. What is it?
That's right. So these guys actually are really good at eating ticks. In fact, one possum can eat about 5,000 ticks in a season. So that reduces the entire tick population by about 95% every season just because of the possums that we have in our backyards.
Wow. I think he thinks this microphone is a big old tick because he just keeps going for it. I love that. And then, okay, what about this whole playing dead thing? Because I always hear about opossums playing dead. Is that a real thing?
That's right. So possums do play dead. So if they get startled, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to open their mouth and show their teeth. They actually have 50 razor-sharp teeth in their mouth. Wow. And then if that doesn't work, they fall over and play dead. And now they should win an Oscar because they go to the restroom on themselves. They lower their respiration rate, lower their heart rate down so it's undetectable. And most mammals don't like to eat smelly dead things. So that's how they save the day.
How interesting. That's always been my method in a fight, too. I just fall to the ground and lay still, and I hope that somebody passes me over. So you know what, buddy? Pouch? I feel like you and I are kindred spirits there. Plus, I've got some, sharp teeth, too. So don't test me, Lanford or Lawson. I'm ready for you. And I got a new little man on my team here. Me and Pouch. Hey, Pouch with Paul, Possums with Paul.
You can have Possums.
Got some new segment ideas going on here.
You can have that. And I gotta beg to differ. Whenever I've challenged you to a fight, you just turn and run.
Well, that's true. I turn and run, and then I fall. I trip over myself, and I play dead. That's typically the progression.
That's wonderful.
Thanks,
Paul,
Paul.
thank you.